is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
We begin tonight in East Lyme, where the chief of police is facing even more charges related to alleged domestic violence. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Michael Finkelstein was arrested earlier this month. He appeared in court this morning and got even more charges.
Fox 61's Jake Garcia joins us in studio tonight with the latest on the investigation. Jake.
Well, Brent and Sarah, you may remember the East Lyme police chief was arrested earlier this month following a fight at his home involving his wife. Now, during his court appearance this morning, Finkelstein was placed in handcuffs and greeted with 3 additional charges.
Family Services assessed the case.
In a Middletown courtroom, East Lyme's top cop appeared before a judge in handcuffs, facing 3 new charges. The false statement and violation of a protective order charges stem from the days after his arrest, when a protective order was issued requiring him to surrender all of his weapons. According to court documents, Finkelstein only surrendered his service weapon, claiming it was his only gun. Later, investigators found 2 more guns registered to Finkelstein that were unaccounted for. Investigators discovered that one was sold to a third party nearly a decade ago, but a transfer of ownership was never filed. It wasn't until a week after his arrest he told investigators the other gun was in his garage. The new disorderly conduct charge comes after state police reinvestigated a similar incident at Finkelstein's home in June of last year, which was handled by East Lyme police. No charges were ever filed.
Mrs. Finkelstein is present today in court and also conferred with Family Relations today.
During today's hearing, the judge approved Finkelstein to seek treatment out of state for alcohol and stress issues. The judge also declined to modify the protective order from his wife after she says she's no longer scared of him and just wants him to get help and to be back with the family.
I can tell counsel now that I won't consider a modification to the protective order until he's engaged in some form of family violence counseling, not simply the dual diagnosis program.
Now, Finkelstein and his attorney are asking the judge to consider a diversion program. It would require him to complete family violence prevention classes in order for all charges to be dropped, but that decision has not yet been made. He's expected to be back in court on July 29th. Reporting in studio, Jake Garcia, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, Jake. Now, if you or someone you know is a victim of domestic violence or just needs to talk to someone about it, call 1-800-799-7244 or 7233 you see there on your screen. It's free, available 24 hours every day. Resources are also available at 211.
And new at 10 o'clock, West Hartford police say they have arrested 2 people accused of stealing a car and crashing it into a school bus. The pair were allegedly involved in a Hartford shooting this afternoon. Police say the 2 stole a Kia Sportage and drove toward West Hartford. Officers pursued and were able to pop the tires on the car at the intersection of Farmington Avenue and Troutbrook Drive, but the car hit a school bus before making a full stop. The driver was the only person on board. They were hurt along with the pair in the stolen car. Police are still investigating and have not identified the pair arrested.
Time for a first check on the forecast. A sharp contrast today to the strong storms we saw over the weekend, although today was breezy and beautiful. Finally, no thunderstorm warnings.
Yay!
Yeah, no one's more excited than Rachel. That video was shot in Hartford's Bushnell Park.
Yeah, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank for our first check on the forecast. Rachel, looks like air conditioners can catch a break tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to be turning them on pretty soon, right?
Sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Heading into the day tomorrow, we're already looking at the heat returning after a quick break today. Highs are up around 90. I will tell you, though, the humidity is on hold, so at least we'll have the heat without the humidity. That will be short-lived too. Temperatures right now are in the upper 60s to right around 70 degrees. There were a few light showers and sprinkles out there earlier. Those have moved on. There's a little disturbance out here, which is continuing to exit stage right. And we have no issues out there through the overnight hours. Temperatures are falling back through the 60s, and we'll see overnight lows in the upper 50s to low 60s as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. So a beautiful start to the day, but things will warm up quickly. So here we go. We're going to stop the clock at 7 a.m. Temperatures are still in the 60s. By lunchtime, we're looking at temperatures in the mid-80s, and high temperatures tomorrow will be up around the 90-degree mark. And that is not just true inland. But even along the Connecticut shoreline, we're looking at high temperatures in the upper 80s to right around 90 degrees. So hot all across the state. If you are going to the beach or you're boating tomorrow, first of all, lucky you. But I did want to let you know Long Island Sound a little bit rocky right now. We're talking about waves 1 to 2 feet. I mean, normally it's 1 foot or less. So for Long Island Sound, that's a bit bumpy. Water temperature 71 degrees. We've got storms, though, coming for later Wednesday. We're going to talk more about the timing of that full forecast coming up.
Rachel, thank you. Bristol police are investigating after a crash this morning left one person dead and another injured. Police say the pair were hit by a car while walking on a crosswalk on Pine Street. The driver was not injured. Police say they stopped after the crash and are cooperating with them. We are waiting for an update on the other person's condition. The extent of their injuries and their identity have not been released. And an update now out of Oxford. The man who drowned in Reservoir Number 2 last Thursday has been identified. Central Connecticut State University says that 21-year-old Kai Thomas Teo Danzo Bope was one of their students. He was from Massachusetts and was entering his junior year this fall. The state medical examiner has ruled Bope's death as an accidental drowning. In a statement, the university's president writes, "We are very saddened to share this tragic news. Please keep Kai's family in your thoughts and prayers." He also says counseling services are available for students.
2 young children are still recovering tonight after police say their father tried to drown them at a West Haven beach. The father from Queens, New York, appeared in front of a judge on several charges today. Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc brings us more.
City leaders say the 2 toddlers pulled from the water here at Dawson Ave Beach over the weekend have been taken off intubation and are making progress in their recovery, all as their father is being accused of trying to drown them.
These are extremely serious allegations.
41-year-old Romney Disronville fighting back tears with his head down as he stands in front of a Milford judge.
It's hard to find words to describe the allegations here.
The New York man is accused of attempting to drown his 2 toddlers at Dawson Ave Beach in West Haven early Saturday morning. But when 2 officers on patrol saw an SUV parked in the sand, they stepped in.
One officer saw the vehicle, radioed to another to come to check it out with him. And then they both, when they got there, heard the screams from the water.
Court documents describe the actions of West Haven officers Williamson and Miller, who jumped into the ocean after first thinking Disronville and his twins were being pulled away by the tide. Then as they got closer, police say officers heard Disronville yelling at them to get back, realizing he was attempting to drown the 2 young children. Within minutes, they pulled the kids to shore.
Those children had 2 guardian angels that night, and it was Officer Williamson and Officer Miller.
Mayor Dorinda Borer visited the mother of the twins in the hospital, who rushed there from New York overnight.
I went there just to let her know that even though she's far from home, that as a community we really care. We're here for her.
Borer says as the twins get critical care, the community has been calling nonstop, looking for ways to help.
Every day they start to make a little progress, and there's a lot of hope that their recovery will be well.
All as the officers who witnessed it all take some time to process what could have happened if they weren't there.
It is something that is unimaginable, and for my officers to have dealt with that twofold is something that I will never forget.
You think about the juxtaposition of something so horrific going on, and the remarkable save is just something that's incredible.
Prosecutors say Disronville has no criminal record and no ties to this area. The judge ordered a mental health evaluation for him as she set his bond at $2 million. He is expected back in court next week. We are in West Haven. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Breaking news tonight, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange is set to plead guilty to a federal charge in a deal with the Department of Justice. The deal will reportedly put an end to the long-running legal drama centering on the publication of classified documents. Assange is scheduled to appear in a court in the Mariana Islands. He's expected to plead guilty to an Espionage Act charge of conspiring to unlawfully obtain and disseminate classified national defense information. He's expected to return to Australia after his plea and sentencing, and that's scheduled for Wednesday morning.
Alex Jones's Infowars media platform will be shut down and its assets sold to help pay the $1.5 billion he owes Sandy Hook families. That's the word tonight from the U.S. Bankruptcy Court in Houston. The question is, when will it be liquidated? A court trustee filed an emergency motion on Sunday indicating he plans to, quote, conduct an orderly wind down of Infowars and liquidate its inventory. The trustee did not give a timetable. His motion follows an order by a Texas state judge on Friday forcing Jones's company to turn over assets to pay one of the families that sued Jones and won.
The New Haven Independent's reporting one of the Elm City's largest inpatient drug rehab facilities has shut its doors, and they apparently did it with next to no warning. Retreat Behavioral Health closed on Friday, just hours after the death of Retreat CEO Peter Shore. His passing was announced via Facebook. About 40 patients were moved over the weekend. The Department of Public Health tells Fox 61 they helped in discharging patients. The director of the facility said the decision to close was over, quote, financial struggles, but they couldn't elaborate anymore. The center's Long Wharf facility is still up and running. We're working to learn more about the sudden closure.